A very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome to this meeting of today. We have the Silver Jubilee Memorial Lecture number 6 of Srimaharshi Research Institute of Vedic Technology. We fondly call it SRIVT, which has come through a large number of years through successful products, technologies, and many more, making the modern way, but with the Indian knowledge systems, has traversed 25 years, and it's now for us to review and see what has been done by SRIVT and how we take it forward. That's how we are trying to meet and understand. And we would have requested various eminent people to speak on the subject so that more people will join and get enlightened. And that way we take this subject forward. That was the basic idea while we try to celebrate the Silver Jubilee of SRIVT. We also want to make this subject known more and more popularized and see how we can make our things better in life with the Indian knowledge systems. With that, we have started, and today we have agenda, and where I am very grateful to Dr. Vrajesh Kumar for giving his time and trying to enlighten us today. So today's agenda, we have first, I will be requesting the CMD of SRIVT, Dr. ABS Sastry Garu, to enlighten us with the journey of SRIVT. And after that, our today's guest speaker will be introduced by Sriram from SRIVT. And after that, our Dr. guest speaker, Dr. Vrajesh Kumar, will give his lecture. And further to that, after that, we will have, I will request Dr. Krupanidhi to Director Research of SRIVT to coordinate the question answer sessions. And after that, a summary will be made. This is our today's agenda. And may I request Dr. B.S. Sastry Garu to take us through the journey of SRIVT.
Thank you. Alakanandavasitam devam paramaguru namaskrutam satyajnanam satyaspranan dehime janahitardhame vacha. I would like to submit my acknowledgements to all members who attended this meeting, and successfully, this is a sixth webinar on different areas of our great Vedic sciences, scientific fields. So this is our SRIVT, a thought in my childhood. What is the Vedas and science? Everybody says science came from Vedas, but no references and only some articles were showing something. They tried to explain the things. Then I thought, why don't we start one institute and proving the science and technology inherited in the Vedas and Shastras. Actually, it's a catchy word, that's why we are using Veda. Actually, it is called Arsha Vijnana, Rishiprokta. Very Vedic knowledge was, all knowledge were extracted and authored by our Maharshis in a subject-wise, topic-wise, very detailedly. Unfortunately, those granthas, those scriptures are not available to the public domain now. So many granthas we lost 99% granthas. But with available knowledge now, I am very happy. When I started this Vedic research in 90s, that was then very few people in this field. Now so many people, youngsters like Vrajesh and so many people are coming into this field and enriching the research on Vedic sciences. Next. This institute officially taken name of Srimaharshi name in 99. And where I have started, who is the guide to me is according when I gone through Sainabhashya Pitika, Sainacharya explained that every Vedic word has 6 meanings. That is Vachartha, Sutrartha, Lakshanartha, Yajnartha, Bhavartha, and Oshadiyartha. These are the 6 meaning, 6 dimensions for every Vedic word. So when I started, I have collected these granthas from all Oriental manuscript libraries 90 to 94. I have rounded about the 503 Oriental manuscript libraries in India, and I tried to take Xerox copies of the available only Arshavijnana Granthas. Then I searched for also, so every for Veda, every Bhasha is available, because when he also, Sainacharya also explained that, but as per the Saina believed that the interpretation of Vedic text should be contextually relevant and time tested, reflecting the societal conditions prevalent at the time. For the current era, he considered Ajnartha in the spiritual sacrificial meaning to be the most appropriate. Therefore, his work, Vedabhasha, Sainacharya, chose to emphasize the Ajnartha, aligning with the spiritual and the sacrificial significance relevant to the contemporary period. So, in the 6th meaning, all 5 meanings were well explained and well authored by so many scholars, but except the Oshadhi Artha is not material knowledge. Oshadhi Artha is material knowledge, reflecting the interdependence of matter and energy. So this understanding aligns with the modern scientific principles, where matter and energy are considered fundamental components. The aphorism, Shabdam vina naiva kadapi tejaha, tejo vina naiva kadapi shabdaha, so underscores their mutual dependence, emphasizes a holistic view of reality that integrates spiritual and philosophical and scientific insights. So where I started this based on this shlokas, Pitika of Sainacharya Vedabhasha Pitika, I started my work. And then our vision is to rebuild India as a Vishwaguru by reviewing lost indigenous technologies through the discovery of the 6th dimension of Vedas, and impart this knowledge in the youth of country by re-establishing the Indian Gurukul education system to reproduce again Maharshis. The mission to undertake the task of conducting research to bring the light the ancient knowledge of India, Vedic knowledge or Shastric knowledge, with the objective of contributing to the prosperity, material and spiritual, of mankind, and to ensure that Vedic knowledge becomes the common heritage of the world community. This is our mission. Next. So simply, this is our premises in our in the Guntur. So now it is our journey 25 years. Now it became very sophisticated machinery and facilities, high-end equipment, testing and research labs, and also bulk production labs also we established in these 3 floors, nearly 10,000 square feet. Next. Now, the need of our scholars specializing in ancient sciences encounter significant hurdles, primarily due to inadequate funding and infrastructure essential for validating their discoveries and modernizing traditional knowledge into cutting-edge technology. Although many contemporary scientists expressed interest in Vedic technology, Barriers such as a lack of proficiency in Sanskrit, limited access to ancient texts, and the absence of standardized terminology pose significant obstacles in fostering collaboration and mutual understanding between these closely related fields. In response to these challenges, SRIVT endeavors to serve a conduit for the bridging this gap between facilitating communication, promoting interdisciplinary dialogue, and fostering a deeper understanding of both ancient wisdom and modern scientific advancements. Next. So we are working for this. These are our objectives. You can see here the total extract of these objectives are like R&D and product development and knowledge which are inherent in ancient sciences to prove the knowledge and the advancement of the knowledge to the modern society, and it is to be handed over to the next generations of our Indians. Next. Achievements. As I said, established full-fledged chemistry, biotechnology, microbiology, metallurgy, and characterization laboratories, conducting experiments based on Vedic sciences and their validation. A Research Advisory Council, Governing Council are there, and SRIVT digitated so far more than 2 lakhs pages on Vedic literature and prepared just of 500 technological series of our own ancient Indian knowledge. So these are the achievements. Next. So awards and honors. The global finalist among 10 countries, 2000 innovations under the Global Clean Tech Innovation Program, organized by Clean Tech Open Organization and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNO, in the month of February 2017. So we are the finalists in the Green Chemistry and Clean Tech Program, and invited a speaker of Vienna Energy Forum 2017 at Vienna, and participated a national award winner in Vibrant Gujarat when Modi was CM there, and special invite in Science Congress 2012, National Award, I3 National Award to SRIVT 2011. Next. These are our MOUs, affiliations, collaborations. You can see more than 75 organizations in academia, R&D, and industrial. We have MOUs, and collaborative research and development is also going on. Next. This is our developed low carbon technologies. If you say metals extraction from ores by herbal route, melting metals in low temperatures, we developed a technology that iron can be melted in 1000 degrees centigrade only. Next, conversion of iron scrap to nano iron, the essence of herbal plants, high purity mercury amalgams for high strength applications, manufacturing of superalloys, purification of metals and minerals by plant extracts. Next. These are our research areas: biotechnology, biochemistry, nanotechnology, microbiology, metallurgy, and materials. Now in chemistry, we are also entered in explosive chemistry. The first time in India, we developed aluminum hydride. That is also explosive chemistry. Next, academics. These are the summary: 1,000 plus summer internships, 366 plus UG projects, 300 plus PG projects, 600 plus 6 certificate courses, workshops more than 12. Next. Our labs, the facility in the SRIVT is like this: metallurgy lab, nanomaterials lab, chemistry lab, biotechnology lab, microbiology, characterization, food and nutrition lab, phytonutraceuticals lab. Next. So facilities are, as I said, the complete, almost, of course, the whatever we need in up to product development, even to the bulk production, we have everything in each lab. And we are also inviting people who who are interested to do some research, collaborative research and joint research, we are ready to join with them. Next. This is our journey since 1999 to 24. So we have completed more than 20 DRDO and ISRO projects, more than 20 crores of funding. Next. This is our product and technology developed all nanomaterials, metals, metal oxides, ceramics, and our green technologies, high corrosion resistant copper, high electrical thermal conductivity copper, high malleable bronze, high pure metals like copper, tin, zinc, high quality amalgams, high strength aluminum. Next. So far we made 400 HEPs. Go back. 400 HEPs into nano size, pilot scale production for 150 HEPs, 40 formulation on various segments, 15 herbomineral formulations. Advantages: high bioavailability, higher absorption, lower dosage, fast recovery, and no toxicity. Next. So these are our projects completed so far. Successfully, we have completed, and patents and publications also there. Next. This is how we do the research. We have based on Vaimanaka Shastra. One shloka we have done our first project, that is copper alloys, corrosion resistant copper alloys. One shloka we took and I decode and decipher and develop the process based on that. All the projects similarly we have done. Next. This is one more project, NRB, next deity project also based on, this is bulletproof alloy project. So this is also similarly based on slokas only, we developed the project and identified the raw materials, process development. Next. Now ongoing projects is, as I said, the ALH3 aluminum hydride and the graphene and copper through herbal route, green route. Next. So I'm very happy to express my acknowledgements to everyone, and thank you. And I request our president to continue the meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Bala Sudhakara Sastry Garu, for taking us through the journey of SRIVT. Now, though Dr. Vrajesh Kumar profile is given in the app, but still it is our respect to him to introduce to the audience present here. May I request Mr. K. Sriram to introduce our today's keynote speaker.
Yes. Thank you, PG Rao Garu. I hope everybody can hear me good. Yeah. So, very good evening to everybody who has assembled here today for this lecture by Dr. Vrajesh Kumar ji. Dr. Vrajesh Kumar ji, his main goal is bridging ancient wisdom with modern critical thinking through multidisciplinary research, analysis, and curriculum development, aligning with the objectives of NEP 2020. Dr. Vrajesh Kumar holds a PhD in mathematics with expertise in mathematical physics and applied mathematics. Dr. Vrajesh Kumar is also recognized as an expert and mentor in Indian knowledge systems, particularly in Indian mathematics, Vedic mathematics and sciences, Niti Shastra, Rasayan Shastra, and IKS for research, innovation, entrepreneurship, and artificial intelligence. He possesses expertise in data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence tools and algorithm. And along with that, he holds certifications in AWS solutions, architect, and proficiency in Windows Server management. He has an expertise in pedagogy, having different lectures on problem-based learning and curriculum development. Dr. Vrajesh's proficiency in Indian knowledge system is evident through numerous expert talks, lectures he has delivered on the topics such as Indian mathematics, Vedic mathematics, Niti Shastra, and Sanskrit. Dr. Vrajesh has also presented research work at international congresses and possesses expertise in optimizing algorithms and problem solving. Overall, he boasts a rich background in academia, research, and expertise in Indian knowledge system. And with honor, I welcome him for this lecture, and we are very grateful for his lecture.
Thank you, Sriram, for the introduction of our keynote speaker today. And now, before I invite the today's speaker, my request to all the participants, please, any questions you have, please hold on, and you can send through the that message through the chat. You can put your questions there, so that in the end our moderator will put the questions to the speaker on behalf of you. If still something more, we'll give you a chance to speak. But so that we do not disturb the flow of the speaker, we will not entertain any questions in between, only at the end of the talk. So please put your questions in the chat box. And now I invite Dr. Vrajesh Kumar. Next 40 minutes is yours. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. So first of all, I would like to thank the SRIVT, Mr. Shastri ji and his team, and for organizing, for giving me opportunity for delivering my ideas on Sanatana, Sanootana, what is eternal is new. And I will try to share my ideas, what I think and what I have learned so far from this Bharatiya Gyan Parampara, Indian knowledge systems, and study of the modern subjects also. I also thank everyone present here who are going to be listening me very patiently. And, first of all, I will recall all my gurus, and I pray Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Panch Brahmebhyo Namaha, Namaskara Samarpayami. So the topic is what is eternal is new. So I was suggested to give a topic title, and what I thought, Sanatana and Sanootana. So I found these two keywords uh, as a theme for this lecture series and bridging the gap between modern and ancient wisdom. So I selected these, Yah Sanatana, Sanootana. Whatever we find as new, and its example is what Shastri ji presented in his presentation as the wonderful achievements of SRIVT, like various applications of ancient Rasa Shastra, Dhatu Shastra, and they are being researched now, patented, and their applications are found wonderful. So that is the main idea of my, that is the main theme of my lecture, that whatever we are researching, we are doing on the name of innovation and discovery or research or innovation or invention. Mostly they depend on the nature, and often that depends on the Indian knowledge systems. No matter where it is found and where it is invented and researched in the world, directly or indirectly, that has some connections and in the roots of Bharat and Bharatiya Gyan Parampara, Vedadi Vangmay, Vedadi Shastriya Vangmay. So the outline of my talk is what is eternal. First, we will try to uh, think over it. Then, what is new, and what is eternal is new, and then it will be. I don't say I will prove it, but I will try to uh, explain how I have observed that. So, what is eternal? So, Sanatan kya hai? What is truth? What is Trisatya? So the definition of truth in our Vedic literature is Trisatya, that is truth beyond time, beyond space. So it does not depend on space or time. So the absolute truth is only considered truth in our Vedic traditions, and it is considered eternal, it is considered immortal. So जैसे प्रकृति है, तो प्रकृति universal laws are also considered eternal as per the modern science, but often we observe that the laws which are applicable to micro level motions and events and phenomena. Sometimes they do not apply to macro level events and phenomena. तो जो नियम है प्रकृति के वो सूक्ष्म के लिए अलग है और विराट के लिए अलग होते हैं. जैसे कि न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन वेर नॉट इनफ to explain and understand the movement of solar system and other planetary motions. So that's how Einstein's theory of relativity, general relativity evolved. But that is the way the modern science evolves. But in Sanatana Vedic literature, the truth, Trisatya, is universal laws, Prakriti, and that is what is explained by Shri Krishna to Arjun as a Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. So for us, the eternal, the Sanatan, is related to our culture, our Vedic Vangmay, and it is also, we also consider that the laws of nature are also governed by the rules and discipline. Those are explained in our Vedic literature. For example, on earth the apple falls on the ground. पृथ्वी के ऊपर कोई भी पदार्थ पृथ्वी से आकर्षित होकर गुरुत्वाकर्षण से गिरता है. But that is not true in the space. So when it goes in different space and time, तो स्पेस शटल पर एक एस्ट्रोनॉट को बांधे रखना पड़ता है. द एस्ट्रोनॉट हैज टू बी अटैच्ड with this international space station, for example, or it's a space shuttle. Otherwise, there is no gravitation of the space shuttle or space station in space that can hold the astronaut on it, like the Earth holds us. तो जैसे गुरुत्वाकर्षण के नियम यहाँ पर स्पेस चेंज होते ही, टाइम चेंज होते ही उसके ऊपर असर करते हैं. दे आर डिफरेंट इन डिफरेंट स्पेसेस. So shall we consider them eternal, or the laws of physics which are found, which explains this, both events, different events, are they same? No, they have some differences. So this is not the eternal part, but the eternal governs this. So there are some laws of nature which governs both the events simultaneously at the same time at different spaces. Another idea of eternal is point of view. Sometimes for same object we have different point of views, but are all point of views the truth? No, it may not be true, like it is explained in this image. So the eternal or the truth for Vedic Vangmay, for Sanatan Darshan, Bharatiya Darshan, Vedic Darshan Shastra, is not the same as what they tell in the modern science, modern scientific world and the Western world. So that is why Adi Shankaracharya said, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. So what our Darshan Shastra, Bharatiya Darshan Shastra, try to find is the absolute truth and not the relative one. And when Einstein said that time is not absolute, space is not absolute, with some mathematical proofs and physics ideas, so it matches the Vedanta darshan of that was explained by Adi Shankaracharya, that space and time, they are also mithya. We also see an event in Srimad Bhagavatam when Shri Krishna is about to appear in Kans Karagar, and he is in Garbha of Devaki Ma, and at that time Garbhastuti is there, where all the Devi Devata appears and they praise and they pray Shri Krishna, Shri Vishnu, with these words: Satyavratam Satyaparam Tirsatyam Satyasya Yonim Nitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyam Vrat Satya Netram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha. So they explain that you are the truth, you are the origin of the truth, you are the eyes through which we can see the truth. तो वही अलग अलग प्रकार से उनकी स्तुति करते हैं, लेकिन इसमें जो सत्य की परिकल्पना है, सत्य का दर्शन है, सत्य किसे कहते हैं, वो जो भाव है वो महत्वपूर्ण है कि जो त्रिसत्य हैं, जो तीनों कालों में सत्य हैं, जो एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ है वही आप हैं, और उसी के द्वारा हम एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ क्या है और जो अनट्रूथ क्या है, असत्य क्या है, उसका भेद प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. उसी से हम अज्ञान जन्य दुख, पीड़ा, मृत्यु आदि से अपने को उबार सकते हैं, उसके पार जा सकते हैं. सो द दर्शन पार्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द फिलोसॉफी थ्रू विच the science, technology, arts, culture is developed uh, is very important. Most of the scientific inventions, especially I will give you an example, like first the Western world suggested that the human evolution happened before 5,000 years. Then they suggested, after some archaeological evidences, they delayed it. They changed that date to like some 50,000 years from now. And then in 2017 they found 300,000 year old fossils from Morocco, and so they say that human evolution must be at least 300,000 year old. तो ऐसे नई नई डिस्कवरीज के बाद, नए नए इन्वेंशंस के बाद किसी भी विषय को, वस्तु को, तथ्य को डिले करते रहना, बदलते रहना, that is not the way the eternal is achieved. That is not the way you have the idea of eternal. For example, the traditional dating of Ramayana is even older than that, about 1.75 millions of years, says some of our acharyas. And Surya Siddhant can also be considered even older than that, according to some experts. So, what is the definition of eternal or truth for us? That also affects the way we research for science, technology, and the truth. और यही हमारी विशेषता रही है कि भारतीय जो दर्शन है उससे प्रभावित होकर भारत में ज्ञान विज्ञान की उपासना होती आई है, और इस कारण से भारतीय दर्शन के आधारित जो कार्य हुआ है वो बहुत अद्भुत है। और जो एटर्नल वाला पार्ट है वो उसने भारतीय दर्शन के अंदर, भारतीय वैदिक वांग्मय के अंदर जो भी बातें हैं, उन्होंने बहुत सारे विश्व में, इवन वेस्टर्न फिलोसोफर रिसर्चर्स को इंस्पायर किया है, that they adopted these ideas and they achieved whatever we consider their achievements in last 400 to 2000 years in the fields of science, technology, industrial revolution, etc. तो जो मॉडर्न ह्यूमन इवोल्यूशन की टाइमलाइन है, जिसकी हिस्ट्री के ऊपर वेस्ट बहुत फोकस करता है और उसका प्रचार प्रसार करता है, दैट इज अबाउट ओनली 2000 years. But if we consider at least Kali Yuga, it becomes 5,000 years. And known history of mankind जो अभी भी blur है, that is not exactly clear. It is not researched yet, or it is not discovered in proper way yet. और इसी कारण से वेस्ट जो है वो 2000 years के इतिहास को, उसके जो अचीवमेंट्स हैं उसी को हमारे ऊपर, विश्व के ऊपर थोप रहा है। In Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna gives reference of ज्ञान with विज्ञान। विज्ञान के सहित वो ज्ञान की बात करते हैं कि ज्ञानम तेहम सविज्ञानमिदं वक्ष्यामि यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यज्ञात्वा मवशिष्यते। तो अर्जुन को बताते हैं that I am going to explain you the knowledge, I am going to give you the knowledge that is absolute, and through which one, after attaining that knowledge, after gaining that knowledge and attaining and experiencing it, one does not need to achieve anything else. That science, that adhyatmic science and philosophical science, he explains to Arjuna, and yet we need to discover what more he has explained in Bhagavad Gita in that form. दूसरे भी बहुत सारे श्लोक हैं जहां पर ज्ञान और विज्ञान की बात बताई है, और ज्ञान के साथ विज्ञान शब्द बहुत बार प्रयोग किया गया है। विज्ञान शब्द का महत्व इसलिए यहाँ महत्वपूर्ण है क्योंकि आज हम व्हाट इज न्यू, नया क्या है, वो नया क्यों है, वो इन्वेंशन है, डिस्कवरी है, या क्या रिसर्च है, क्या है, कैसे प्राप्त हुआ है, उसकी बहुत सारी कंपटीशन वर्ल्ड में चल रही है, और उसके ऊपर बहुत सारे क्लेम चलते हैं कि पहले किसने ढूंढा, किसने किया, इसका श्रेय, इसका क्रेडिट किसको मिलना चाहिए। सो ज्ञान और विज्ञान की साथ में बात अगर वैदिक वांग्मय में कही गई है तो इतने भाव से, इतने बार से ये बात और कहीं पर नहीं बताई गई है। इस ज्ञान को विज्ञान सहित, ज्ञानम विज्ञान सिद्धम यज्ञात्वा मोक्षस्य शुभात्, and see the beauty. Krishna explains to Arjuna that by knowing this knowledge, achieving this knowledge with the science behind it, you will become liberated. तुम्हारा मोक्ष हो जाएगा। ये ऐसा ज्ञान विज्ञान है। और इसी ज्ञान विज्ञान से हमारे आचार्य बताते हैं कि इसी ज्ञान विज्ञान के आधार पर प्रकृति की सृष्टि हुई, उसका संहार होता है, उसी के द्वारा उसका पालन होता है, और उसी दार्शनिक सिद्धांतों के अनुसार सारा ज्ञान विज्ञान फिर से हमें प्राप्त हो सकता है, हम उसका दर्शन कर सकते हैं। So these are some other shloka in Bhagavad Gita where Jnana and Vijnana are explained. So what is eternal? By this part I wish to explain that जो eternal है, जो शाश्वत है, सनातन है, that is given in Vedic Vangmay, in Bharatiya Gyan Parampara, Indian knowledge systems. It is explained very well, and we need to work on it. We need to find the gems from it and apply it to make our world better. So now what is new and how what is new is what is eternal is new. So whatever new we see here in today's world, in the Western civilization influenced world, that is often inspired by nature, the science, technology, events, phenomena, and they claim that that is the result of their immense research and invention, and they also take the credit of their discovery. Now, if we focus on these three words, the research, invention, and discovery, then Brahma Shakti Reva Prakriti says Niralambha Upanishad. So Panch Mahabhut जो हैं, पृथ्वी जल अग्नि आकाश वायु, so they are eternal according to our Vedari Shastra. उनका सर्जन होता है, उनका विलय होता है, but before millions of years, whatever earth was there, it is the same earth, the same water, same fire, earth, air, and the space. So ब्रह्म की जो शक्ति है, प्रकृति, वो भी उसको भी एटर्नल मानते हुए हम इसमें आगे बढ़ते हैं. So when the modern world does this research, invention, and discovery about this prakriti, and their research is inspired by nature mostly, so we see that the research methodology, the Western world influenced Western research methodology is mostly sthul and rajasic, tamasic. Their objectives are often earth and calm kendrit. They focus on earth and calm, and that too not in the sense of what Vedic Vangmay explains as earth and calm. Very materialistic objectives they have, and their vision is also adurdarshi, so they do not think for long what will happen long. उन्होंने प्लास्टिक का इन्वेंशन किया, एटम बॉम्ब जो एनर्जी क्राइसिस को सॉल्व करने के लिए उसका इन्वेंशन होना चाहिए था, लेकिन उन्होंने उसका इन्वेंशन युद्ध के लिए किया. दैट हैज बिकम वेरी बिग इश्यू फॉर द होल वर्ल्ड कि इतने सारे एटमिक वॉरफेयर, एटमिक वेपन्स हैं, उससे कभी पृथ्वी नष्ट भी हो सकती है. सो ऑफन the research of their based on the earth calm and the adurdarshi objectives, mission visions, that results into destruction. तो विकास के नाम पे बहुत सारा destruction चल रहा है. Also what they call invention, it is sometimes discovery and not invention, and what they consider as discovery is also often it is found that it is only to get the credit of that discovery and invention. तो बहुत सारे आगे एग्जाम्पल मैं दूंगा. I will share some examples where inventions and discoveries and everything, they are given the credits to the Westerners, but their roots are in Sanatan and Sanatan Sanskriti. So what we call new, is it not eternal, universal truth, or inspired by the eternal, or the quest for the eternal? Yes, it is often. So what is eternal is new. So if we consider the languages, various languages, they labeled it Proto-Indo-European languages, group of Proto-Indo-European languages. ठीक है, उन्होंने बता दिया कि ये प्रोटो इंडो यूरोपियन लैंग्वेजेस का ग्रुप है, बट मोस्ट ऑफ दोज लैंग्वेजेस आर इंस्पायर्ड बाय संस्कृत, इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय संस्कृत, एंड several words in their vocabulary is from Sanskrit. चाहे वो फादर हो, पिता, मदर हो, नेवी हो, पाथ हो, कल्चर हो, तो अंग्रेजी के ही नहीं, बहुत सारी सो कॉल्ड बाकी यूरोपियन लैंग्वेजेस, और उसको इसलिए उन्होंने नाम जोड़ कर दे दिया प्रोटो इंडो यूरोपियन लैंग्वेजेस, बट देयर रूट इज अगेन इन द एटर्नल, एंड एटर्नल इज सनातन। सनातन, सनातन संस्कृति से भी उसका संबंध है, और सनातन प्रकृति और सनातन ज्ञान विज्ञान से भी उसका संबंध है। ऐसे सनातन वैदिक वाङ्मय से ही वे उद्भूत हैं, सारी लैंग्वेजेस के रूट्स में संस्कृत रही। मैथमेटिक्स में देखें तो डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम और प्लेस वैल्यू नोटेशन, द होल वर्ल्ड वट एवर लर्न्स इन द subject of mathematics in their primary school, secondary school, high school, that is decimal number system and place value notation system based mathematics, and which is contribution of India to the world, वो भारत की देन है। But very often we observe that in most part of the world its credit is not given to Sanatan, the eternal ज्ञान विज्ञान, राइट। तो गणित हो, और गणित की ये कंट्रीब्यूशन के बगैर, चाहे वो जीरो का कंट्रीब्यूशन हो, नंबर सिस्टम का, डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम, प्लेस वैल्यू नोटेशन का, उसके बगैर गणित के क्षेत्र में और गणित आधारित जितनी भी कैलकुलेशंस हैं, साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी का डेवलपमेंट है, वो हो नहीं पाता विश्व में। सो दैट इज वाई सनातन जो गणित रहा, और ये जो गणित है उसकी भी उत्पत्ति भारत में क्यों हुई, डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम, प्लेस वैल्यू नोटेशन और जीरो की उत्पत्ति। मूले शून्यम विजानियात शून्यम वही परब्रह्म, गणेश पूर्वतापिन उपनिषद में बताया है। सो द इन्वेंशन ऑफ जीरो हैपेंड इन, it became possible in India just because of this Bharatiya darshan, Sanatan Vedic Vangmay. So all the science, arts, culture, medicine, जो भी अलग अलग ज्ञान विज्ञान की शाखा प्रशाखाएं हैं, उन सबका डेवलपमेंट भारतीय दर्शन, भारतीय ज्ञान विज्ञान, भारतीय महर्षियों की देन है और भारतीय वैदिक वाङ्मय की देन रही, और इस वो सनातन की देन रही, सनातन धर्म की। और सनातन जो प्रकृति जिस धर्म का गुणों का आलंबन लेकर ये कार्य सब करती है, उसके मूल में जो सिद्धांत हैं उसको, उसके जो दृष्टा ऋषि महर्षि थे उनकी देन रही, और उसी से इंस्पायर होकर डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली वो मिडल ईस्ट में पहुंचा, और मिडल ईस्ट से वो यूरोप कंट्रीज में पहुंचा, और बाद में उन लोगों ने उसका ट्रांसलेशन किया, उसका इंटरप्रिटेशन किया, कई बार मिस इंटरप्रिटेशन भी किया, एंड वाया वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन सिस्टम वो वापस हमारे पास वेस्ट की डिस्कवरी, इन्वेंशन और रिसर्च के नाम पर आता है। चाहे वो साइंस के फील्ड हो, केमिस्ट्री, रसायन शास्त्र, भौतिक शास्त्र, वैशेषिक दर्शन में भी उसके सिद्धांत हैं, आयुर्वेद में और रसौषधि, इन सब में बायोलॉजी और उन सब को लेकर भी बहुत सारे हमारे जो सिद्धांत हैं, उसी से इंस्पायर होकर होलिस्टिक हेल्थ केयर, जो अभी वेस्टर्न में एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट चला है, होलिस्टिक मेडिसिन, होलिस्टिक हेल्थ केयर, उसमें भी हमारा बॉडी, माइंड, जो शरीर है, मन है, और जो मन, बुद्धि, चित्त, अहंकार, शरीर, मन, इन सबको भी चिकित्सा होनी चाहिए, ऐसे जो आइडिया है वो होलिस्टिक हेल्थ केयर मेडिसिन के नाम से चला है। टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स हो, चाहे कला के क्षेत्र में, विविध कलाओं के क्षेत्र में डेवलपमेंट हो, और कल्चरल इन्फ्लुएंस भी भारत का पूरे एशिया में तो रहा ही है, विश्व में भी उसके रूट्स हैं। सो व्हाट हैपेंड इन, एंड दिस वी कैन ऑब्जर्व इन लास्ट few hundred years, जैसे 400-500 वर्ष से लेकर 2000 वर्ष तक हम देख सकते हैं, that the philosophy and spirituality in the West, they did not went hand in hand, they did not go hand in hand, वो साथ में नहीं चले कभी। उनकी जो फिलोसॉफी रही, वेस्टर्न कल्चर की, वेस्टर्न फिलोसॉफीज, उनकी आइडियोलॉजीज रही, they did not help their philosophers and scientists to develop more in the direction of science and technology। परंतु उनको भारतीय दर्शन, भारतीय ज्ञान विज्ञान का जितना भी उनको ट्रांसलेशन होकर के या जिस भी रूप में डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली जो भी ज्ञान उनको प्राप्त हुआ, उन्होंने उनको बहुत इंस्पायर किया, चाहे वो रिलेटिविटी हो, चाहे डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम, प्लेस वैल्यू नोटेशन, वुड स्टील हो, प्लास्टिक सर्जरी हो, स्पाइसेस एंड हर्ब्स हो, चाहे विविध प्रकार के कपड़े बनाने की बात हो। तो इन सभी क्षेत्रों में भारत की जो उन्नत तकनीक था, ज्ञान था, वो थ्रू लैंड रूट मिडल ईस्ट के थ्रू मिडल ईस्ट कंट्रीज के थ्रू वहां पर पहुंचा, और उन्होंने इस ज्ञान विज्ञान का विकास किया। जब, और इसका कारण ये रहा कि भारतीय दर्शन, भारतीय आध्यात्मिकता और जो वैदिक वाङ्मय है, उसका विज्ञान के साथ कभी भी विरोध नहीं रहा। एक एग्जाम्पल और है, जैसे कि पंचतंत्र की जो कथाएं हैं उसका ट्रांसलेशन बहुत बार हुआ और अलग अलग समय पर, भले ही उसकी डेट 500 BC बताई गई हो संस्कृत में जब बनाई गई हो, बट पहला भी अरेबिक, ग्रीक, स्पेनिश, इंग्लिश, इटाली, फ्रेंच, जर्मन, इन सारी लैंग्वेजेस में पिछले 2000 वर्षों में उसका ट्रांसलेशन होता गया। उसके टाइटल्स चेंज हो गए, दे चेंज द टाइटल्स, समटाइम दे चेंज द कैरेक्टर्स, बट these are the translations of Panchtantra which reached through Middle East to the Europe countries, Western countries, and that is how the eternal, जो भारत का जो सनातन ज्ञान था, जो सनातन सिद्धांत थे, नीति और नीति शास्त्र संबंधित उपदेश थे, नीति और व्यवहार का ज्ञान था, वो उन तक पहुंचा। दिस जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल। और वही फिर नया बनकर हमारे उनके पास आया, उनके लिए वो नया था, और वो अगर हमारे पास अभी नए कैरेक्टर्स के नाम के साथ आ जाए, कार्टून के फॉर्म में, एनिमेशन के फॉर्म में, मूवी के फॉर्म में, थ्रू हॉलीवुड या फिर सम न्यू वेज, देन वी विल एक्सेप्ट इट एज अ न्यू। सो व्हाट इज एटर्नल इज न्यू। तो ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल हैं। अल बरूनी हो, चाहे एडवर्ड साचू हो जो अल्बर्नी के ट्रांसलेटर रहे, सो एवरीवन हैज एडमिटेड दैट whatever development they did in the fields of science, technology, astronomy, mathematics, that was because of the Sanatan inspired Gyan Vigyan mathematics of India. So I will skip some of the quotations. In the Origins of Infinitesimal Calculus, Margaret Baron writes that algebraic method formerly considered to have been invented by Al-Khwarizmi, जिसके नाम पर से अल्गोरिथम वर्ड पड़ा, अलजबर के नाम से अलजिब्रा बन गया, बट they have found that they have Hindu sources, they have sources from Sanatan Vedic Vangmaya inspired literature. So if we check the world GDP of last 2000 years, we can see that more than 50 to 60% of contribution of share of GDP was from India and China. और 1000 वर्ष पूर्व तक वो इतना रहा। सो 1000 से 2000 वर्ष पूर्व तक वर्ल्ड जीडीपी में इंडिया और चाइना का कंट्रीब्यूशन इतना ज्यादा रहा। और इसके ऊपर हुशी, जो फादर ऑफ चाइनीज लिटरेरी रेनेसां कहे जाते हैं, चाइनीज एम्बेसडर इन यूएस, he once quoted that India conquered and dominated China culturally for 20 centuries. तो ये जो समय था पिछले 1 से 2000 वर्ष का, जब वर्ल्ड जीडीपी में इंडिया चाइना का इतना बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन था, और चाइना का मैप तब अभी जो है वो था भी नहीं, उस तिब्बत और वो सब कंट्रीज अलग थे, लेकिन उन सबको मिला के चाइना खुद को चाइना अभी भी बोल रहा है। सो इफ एंड दिस ग्राफ शोज इट, सो विदाउट any sending a single soldier, India conquered China and dominated China. तो ये तभी पॉसिबल था कि जब सनातन सिद्धांतों के आधार पर भारत का व्यवहार चलता था, और भारत का जो ज्ञान विज्ञान और तकनीक और जो राजनीति और सब कुछ है इतना उन्नत था, अर्थव्यवस्था इतनी उन्नत थी। ऑल्सो दूसरे भी कोट्स हैं बहुत सारे। आर्थर एंथनी मैकडोनल्ड बोलते हैं हिस्ट्री ऑफ संस्कृत लिटरेचर में, द इंटेलेक्चुअल डेप्थ ऑफ यूरोप ऑफ संस्कृत अनडेनिएबली ग्रेट। सो एवरीवन, there are several linguists, historians, scientists who acknowledge the contribution of Bharat and Vedic Vangmay, Sanatan Vedic Vangmay, and that is why I quote that what is eternal is new, और उसी को रीपैकेजिंग करके डिस्कवरी के नाम से, इन्वेंशन नाम से, और कई बार तो क्रेडिट भी भारत को या भारत के जो ऋषि महर्षि या जो आचार्य रहे जिन्होंने इसकी खोज की थी उसको नहीं मिला है। बट आई हैव ट्राइड टू कोट सम ऑफ the people who have given that credit to Bharat and Bharatiya people. So even the periodic table was influenced by the structure of Sanskrit alphabets. तो संस्कृत में जो वर्णाक्षर जिस 2-dimensional टेबल में रखे गए हैं, कहाँ से उसका उच्चारण होता है और कैसे उनका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, तो उसके हिसाब से ही मेंडेलीव के फ्रेंड बॉटलिंग थे जो संस्कृत के एक्सपर्ट थे, जिन्होंने संस्कृत की डिक्शनरी भी बनाई है बहुत बड़ी, he is known for his work on Sanskrit. He explained him that try to arrange the elements like the alphabets in Sanskrit are arranged in two-dimensional table. और इस तरीके से that is how Mendeleev got inspiration to arrange the elements in rows and columns with considering their periods and groups, analyzing them like this way, and that is how he could predict some elements in advance, which the other chemistry scientists could not do, and that's why Mendeleev is given the credit of periodic table. तो जो सनातन जो सिद्धांत हैं, सनातन जो विचार हैं, उन्होंने not only directly they were adopted or used, but indirectly also they helped to achieve new ideas and scientific developments. Recently, in 2004, Webke Peterson found that Shiv Sutra, or also known as Maheshwar Sutra from Panini's Ashtadhyayi, they are best possible modification by Panini. They are the optimal arrangement of these phonological segments in their natural classes. He proved this using mathematical analysis and using modern mathematical analysis. His work is also published as a book chapter in 2009. सो व्हाट इज एटर्नल, जो सनातन रहा है, जो शाश्वत, भारतीय वैदिक वाङ्मय भी शाश्वत कहा जाता है, समय समय पर चतुर्युगी बदलती हैं, तब तब वो वापस वही वैदिक सिद्धांत और वेदादि शास्त्र उत्पन्न होते हैं, प्रकट किए जाते हैं ऋषि महर्षियों द्वारा. उसी के आधार पर ज्ञान विज्ञान था और भारत सोने की चिड़िया था जो लुप्त होता गया कालक्रम से. और फिर से कलयुग में जितना भी साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी का और बाकी सब डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, again that is because of this eternal knowledge, Vedic Vangmay based, Indian knowledge system based knowledge, that is eternal, that is Sanatana. And that is why Professor Norman Brown of University of Pennsylvania quoted that every college which aims to prepare its graduate for intelligent work in the world, which is to be theirs to live in, must have on its staff a scholar competent in civilization of India. No department of study in any major university can be fully equipped without fully trained specialist in Indic phases of its discipline. तो जो भी क्षेत्र में आप कुछ कार्य करना चाहते हैं, ये अमेरिका को बताया उन्होंने, अमेरिका की यूनिवर्सिटीज और इंस्टीट्यूट्स को बताया, उनका मैसेज था. तो उनको भारत के तत्त साहित्य संबंधित एक्सपर्ट्स को रखना चाहिए, उसके साहित्य को पढ़ना चाहिए, अभ्यास करना चाहिए, जिससे उनको एक तरह से उस विषय में बहुत सारे आइडियाज और इमेजिनेशंस प्राप्त होंगे और वो बहुत अधिक आगे बढ़ पाएंगे. एक रिसेंट एग्जांपल मैं बताता हूँ. देयर वाज अ मूवी, हॉलीवुड मूवी आई रोबोट in 2004, in which it was explained that the robots take over humans and the world. Now recently what has happened in 2016-17, Stephen Hawking said that artificial intelligence could be worst event in the history of our civilization, and AI could take over the humans. Stephen Hawking warned artificial intelligence could end human race. So there are also such other news articles and quotes by experts like Elon Musk and others that we have to be careful while developing artificial intelligence, or it can overtake the human race by 2025, and it can be a big issue in future. So scientists built, this is one example, scientists built an AI to give ethical advice, but it turned out super racist. वो बहुत super racist बन गई. So Geoffrey Hinton, who is considered father of artificial intelligence, godfather of AI, उन्होंने गूगल में काम कर रहे थे recently. He left the work at Google AI just to talk about the dangers of AI, so that no one scold him in future that you did not aware the world about it. So noting a part of him even regrets his life's work. तो मशीन लर्निंग, न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स और एआई के बारे में उन्होंने बहुत सारा फाउंडेशनल वर्क किया है. जॉफ्री हिंटन ने, प्रोफेसर ने, he was professor in University of Toronto in Canada also. So these experts and scientists are making us aware of risk of AI. 2020-23 में 28,000 लोगों ने साइन किया है ओपन लेटर पे कि we have to stop the development of AI for at least 6 months or a moratorium on a new advanced AI development. और उसका रीजन है कि उनको डर है कि AI विल टेक ओवर द ह्यूमन रेस एंड इट विल बी अ न्यूक्लियर लेवल कैटास्ट्रोफ. Now, why I shared this example and these news articles? Because the oldest warning and prohibition about Mahayantra, AI kind of Mahayantra, in history of mankind is given in Indian knowledge system. तो मनुस्मृति में महायंत्र प्रवर्तनम, जहाँ पे अलग अलग क्राइम और गुनाह और पातक उपपातक पाप की बात की है, वहां पर एक श्लोक में यह भी है कि महायंत्र प्रवर्तनम, जो महायंत्रों का आविष्कार करे या महायंत्रों को इम्प्लीमेंट करके प्रकृति और मनुष्य समाज को नुकसान पहुंचाए, आने वाली पीढ़ियों का भविष्य सोचे समझे बगैर, तो उसके ऊपर प्रतिबंध लगना चाहिए, उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए. सो what this scientist Geoffrey Hinton or Stephen Hawking, they are explaining now, Elon Musk, they are warning us about AI now, is already explained in Manusmriti, that the machines which are considered super machines, uh, which can take over human race, which can replace humans, not just their employment but many other tasks. Even the army will be made of humanoid robots in future. So in such situation, we have such development should be stopped and it should be prohibited. So that is given in Manusmriti. So the oldest warning about this kind of machines, super machines, which can be very harmful, is given in Manusmriti. So this is how Indian knowledge system can give us the direction and light what we should do, in what direction we should make scientific development or not. And the reason is there is Karya Karan Siddhant in the root of this, that the every action and every work is it depends on its cause. So यहाँ पर जो कार्य है, AI, for example, if you consider AI as the work, then it is the work of humans. And if the humans have flaws and faults in their philosophies in developing AI, then those flaws will be definitely propagated in their work. So that's how Karya Karan Siddhant, the eternal, one of the eternal laws, Karya Karan Siddhant of our Vedic Darshan, Bharatiya Darshan, is also the reason here we can consider. So that is why what is eternal is new, and even the new is in the in the mood of getting full help from the ancients. Even this is an example. Professor Agatha Sia Batoni, she is in this Vienna University of Technology. They are using the sutras of Vedic Vangmaya to train AI systems. But in the development of AI, the ethics for AI, yet we are lacking in today's world to apply our Vedic Vangmaya rules in proper way. So Webke Peterson's example I already shared with you. So there are various kind of sutras in Vedic Vangmaya, eternal, which can be considered Sanatana Siddhant, and which can be applied to various scientific developments. For example, what should be the love for artificial intelligence system? Suppose we have made a humanoid robot and it is going to serve humans, old age humans, or old age home, or in hospitals as nurse, or as a friend in families. So what should be the characteristic of selfless love, devotion? What should be its guideline and framework? So we have Anirvachaniyam Prema Surupam Pratikshanam Vardhamanam Avichinnam. This kind of sutras from Narad Bhakti Sutra, which explains selfless love and devotion. So this could be used for development of AI and to explain what real love is. And it is not materialistic and it is not related to the physic or material. That is why perhaps Weber, a German Indologist and historian in 19th century, noted that in one side, if you put the ancient literature of India and in especially in Sanskrit, and on the other side, the literature of the rest of the world, Then also the art, science, technology, and other ideas and the useful ideas. Those are in Vedic Vangmaya, Sanskrit literature. Indian literature is enormous. It is more than the rest of the world has, and that is how they have been studying these various Ved, Upanishad, Puran, and other shastras and our Vedic Vangmay and work of our Rishi Maharshi and Acharyas. So we have, for example, 18 Puranas have 400,000 shloka. Now they have multidisciplinary approach. Often in our Vedic Vangmay we don't find something that is given very clearly, but it is interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary, and often what is explained as a spiritual thought or as a darshan siddhant is also applicable to sometimes science and sometimes to other fields of our new era. So, what is eternal is new, and we have so much to explore. Even the modern definition of philosophy that considers Tattva Mimamsa, Jnana Mimamsa, Niti Shastra, and Tark Shastra, but that too not fully. Plato, Aristotle, and others, Kant and Sartre, whoever these Western philosophers, if we see their work, we can find our philosophers, the Indian philosophers, the philosophers who have idea of Bharatiya Darshan, Shad Darshan, they can find very easily where they are lacking and what are the flaws in their philosophical ideas and what they have missed to explain. But somehow they also explained and used our philosophical ideas, because in our darshan, Sanskrit Vangmay, the definition of darshan is यथार्थतया ज्ञायते पदार्थे नेति दर्शनम, जिससे किसी भी वस्तु का पदार्थ का यथार्थ ज्ञान हो, एब्सोल्यूट नॉलेज हो, उसके शास्त्र को भी दर्शन कहते हैं, उसके साधन को भी दर्शन कहते हैं, उस क्रिया को भी दर्शन कहते हैं. एंड सो it is totally logical, darshan, vigyan, vyavhar, all these three goes hand in hand when we see our darshan and the ideas developed based on our darshan, while it is not so in some western work often. So this is not full history of philosophy, but if some students of college, university studies philosophy, they study this. Actually they should study the darshan of as per the Bharatiya Darshan Shastras. So, Sarvam Vede Pratishtatam, Jagat Sarvam Vyasochistam, this too explains very well that Yah Sanatana Sa Nutanaha. In Rigveda also, this mantra explains the Agni Deva, and the same mantra, our Acharya has explained that the same mantra also explains Ganit Shastra, the basic structure of mathematics. Right? So two horns, two heads are Aksharamnaya and Ankamnaya. Four horns are four operations of mathematics. 3 feet are the digits 1, 9, 10. 7 hands are 2, 2, 8. And 3 bounds are Desh Kal Vastu. So when we say Desh Kal Vastu, it is space, time, and matter. And when we say what is mathematics, so one nice definition is given: Desh Kal Vastu Nam Akalanam Ganitam. So what is mathematics? So whatever is bounded by space, time, and matter, you analyze it, you do calculations related to it, then it is mathematics. In other words, anything that is bounded by space, time, and matter, we can do its mathematical analysis, we can deal it with mathematics. So this is how mathematics is explained in our darshan. I also quote here the two सूत्र of Vedic Ganit. Ekadhikena purvena, ek nyunena purvena. Ekadhikena purvena means one more than the previous one. Ek nyunena purvena means one less than the previous one. This is just the translation. But that is how from Avyakta Nirguna Brahma, there are also some middle stages. But if we skip that part, then from Shunya, Mule Shunyam Vijanyat, Shunyam Vai Par Brahma, according to this Upanishad Siddhanta, Shunya is considered Nirguna Brahma. From Nirguna Brahma, Shunya appears the space which has one property, that is Shabda. Then from Shabda, air appears which has two properties of Shabda and Sparsha, then Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, three properties, then four properties, then five properties, the earth. So the way Ekadikena Purvena, in that, according to that sutra, this evolution of the universe happens, and the destruction also happens in the same in the reverse order. एक न्यूनेन पूर्वेण, पहले से एक कम, तो पृथ्वी से जल, जल से अग्नि, अग्नि से वायु, वायु का विलय आकाश में, आकाश का विलय अव्यक्त परमात्मा में। तो ऐसे सनातन सिद्धांत दर्शन भी दिखाते हैं, इवोल्यूशन ऑफ यूनिवर्स भी दिखाते हैं, और इसी क्रम में गणित की भी उत्पत्ति बताते हैं कि शून्य में से एक, एक से एक, दो, एक में एक और जोड़ दिया जाए तो दो होते हैं, दो में एक और जोड़ दिया जाए तो तीन। तो इसी तरीके से द सिंपलेस्ट सीक्वेंस ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स और नेचुरल नंबर दैट हैज हैपेंड। सो इवोल्यूशन एंड डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ यूनिवर्स का जो सिद्धांत बताया है पंचीकरण की प्रक्रिया में, उसी को द्वारा गणित भी और उसी के द्वारा फिजिक्स साइंस भी समझाया जा सकता है। सो दैट इज व्हाई द एटर्नल is there explained in Sanatana Vedic Vangmay, and the eternal which we consider verbally as per the West is actually in the Sanatana Vedic Vangmay, and according to Sanatana Vedic Vangmay, the evolution and destructions and everything takes place. Even Carl Sagan has, the NASA scientist Carl Sagan has quoted that the model of the universe, according to the modern astronomical developments they have developed, that matches the Vedic Maharshi's knowledge and the model given in the Vedic Vangmay. Even if you check the some fascinating events explained in the Hollywood movies 2012, Jal Pralay bataya hai, Mahapralay bataya hai, and the similar event that happens in Matsya Avatar Katha, that is explained in this movie. That was a Hollywood movie in 2009. In 2014, there was a movie Lucy. So in that movie, due to some chemical drug, the lady achieves various, she could see the past and future, and it is kind of Kundalini Jagran Prakriya that happens in her body because of some drug. सो वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड का ऐसा है कि वो अपनी इमेजिनेशन से कर रहे हैं, बट व्हाट दे शो यू इज ऑफन इंस्पायर्ड बाय आवर वैदिक वांग्मय एंड सनातन दर्शन। सो इंटरस्टेलर मूवी जो 2014 में आई थी, उसमें जो ट्रैवल बताया था, that the hero travels for about 3 to 4 years, but when he returns on earth, her daughter which he left was about 8 to 10 years. When he returns after the space journey, she has become about 70 years and she was in ICU. So श्रीमद् भागवत में जो कथा आती है रेवत राजा की, रेवती उनकी पुत्री के लिए उनको कोई वर प्राप्त नहीं होता है, and he travels to Brahmaloka, and when he returns he gets Balram ji to marry Revati. So the time lapsed in his journey to Brahmaloka and back to earth is about 30 to 40,000 years. So similar events, analogous events we have in our Itihas Purana, and when we see that events in Hollywood movie, we get fascinated. But similar ideas and scientific concepts are already given there, and we need to research and work and find that eternal ideas and work to use for the recent one. And whatever we do, it will be some image or shadow of the eternal Sanatana Vedic Vangmay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vrajesh Kumar ji. You have taken us to a totally new, different world. While initially I did not was excited what is eternal is new, but at the end I am very much excited and have greater intuition into that. Very nicely explained with all the examples, and I think this makes very simple for everyone to understand. Now I request Dr. Krupanidhi sir to take to the question answer session, and we
Thank
have
you,
15 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor Rao Garu. So it is a wonderful talk, sir, Vrajesh Kumar Garu. for the nice interlink between eternal and modern approach towards the science. So you have also given very good examples with Apple and astronauts. They also have mentioned that the faculty who are practicing AI in Austria, Vienna, they're also following this Sanskrit grammar. So at the end, you are also mentioning that eternal ideas are being followed for movies that we are now saying that they are the great, but they have been prevailing in our system since a long time. So with this few appreciations towards your talk, sir, it is a really wonderful talk. We all got really enthused, and there's a lot to know through you, sir. And our Sastry ji is also mentioning that every sloka we can do one PhD in Bhagavad Gita and also in Puranas. So that's what recent, just about half an hour, 1 hour back, we had a discussion with our director here. So now the viewers, participants is now open for question hours. Let me read the questions in the chat box. So one of the question, of course, it is a sort of a suggestion. Healthcare, particularly vaccines, antibiotics, immunotherapies, and agricultural technologies, have not come suddenly. Abruptly, they have not come, sir. They have improved with the ancient knowledge. They have improved with the ancient knowledge. So that's what we are now speaking as new, but they are not abruptly come. So that's what step after step, gradually over centuries, that's what people now say new. What is your opinion, sir, Vrajesh Kumar?
Pardon, sir?
Healthcare, particularly vaccines, antibiotics, immunotherapies, and agriculture technologies have not abruptly come. So they have improved with the ancient knowledge, step after step, over 2 centuries. Over 2 centuries. So that's what Edward Jenner, while he was working with the cowpox, smallpox vaccine was invented. Okay, so that's what here, what people say is new is not really new. It is Sanatana only.
Definitely. So, as I explained, I also did some work on Garbha Sanskara, and I made a presentation. I delivered a talk in some international conference of holistic healthcare and medicine in Toronto, Canada,
Great, great.
before 5-6 years,
Yes.
where I shared some results which we had experimented in India in hospitals.
Yes.
So I will just give a glimpse of it. Because of meditation and just the mindfulness exercises, what happened that about 60 to 70% of the pregnant ladies who had hypertension and gestational diabetes, without any medication, they recovered.
Yes.
Otherwise, happens when they get hypertension or gestational diabetes, then the doctors suggest them to continue even after the delivery,
Yes.
and then it becomes their daily routine to take medicine for hypertension and diabetes. But just because of some sessions with Bhagavad Gita, some sessions, some ideas of meditation and what they should think, what they should do, kind of we can say mantra, but not in Sanskrit form. So that helped them, and we had amazing results in India. And it not only affects the pregnant, it did not only affect the health of pregnant lady, but the child as well. So it became a practice in some one or two hospitals in Gujarat that whenever they have some complex case, they suggested to they diverted those cases to us, who were just giving the sessions for counseling sessions for Garbha Sanskar based ideas of our ancient practices.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
in medication, they have definitely they are considering is as this as holistic healthcare. And I would also like to quote that what explained by Shastri ji in beginning by Sayanacharya's Vachyarth, Sutrarth, Bhavartha, Yagnarth, and Aushadhi Arth. Actually, when the Westerners translate it, they do not get all these meanings as easily as but as a Bharatiya and a Bharatiya culture people, we can do it, and we have been doing it. So it becomes our responsibility that whatever corrections we can make in their work, which is based on our Indian knowledge systems, we should also work over it. And medicine is one of it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Vrajesh Kumar. So there is another sort of a suggestion. The King Revat and his daughter Revati in the story explaining theory of relativity. Is it a different way or in the same theory of relativity what Einstein was mentioning, sir?
So
Namaste.
yes.
The fact that King Revat and his daughter went to Brahmaloka is true, but how they went, how they traveled, and the time taken is just a few thousand years. See, there is a difference in our cosmology and the cosmology that is looked at the Georgian calendar. There's a whole lot of difference. So the truth is that they came many generations later, and how they went, and what was the time duration they spent there, and further how when she came back, they both came back to planet Earth. In what physical form they were present is a very astonishing story. So I would like to say, yes, Dr. Vrajesh Kumar, what he has mentioned is a fantastic theory, a concept in our Sanatana Dharma. If we can explain how the energy and material works, which is what my thesis is all about. What Albert Einstein has worked on is just a basic formula of theory of relativity, and this story explains a much more fantastic theory. So the story goes like this: since King Revat was not able to get his daughter married to anyone in this, not just in this planet. So we have different explanation for graha, for worlds, as we say, the realms. We have 14 realms, and these realms are not in one dimension. They are spread across different dimensions, and the human body is a vessel that contains enormous energy, which is explained in one particular sloka like this, mentioning Koti Surya Samaprabha, a great vessel containing Koti Surya Samaprabha. Here Surya would mean star, a star of 1 crore equivalent, a great vessel, a vessel containing that much of energy. So as in a human body, we have that much of energy, but it's not activated. So to activate it, we have certain way of activating by yoga, by certain kriyas, and certain utilization of mantras, certain tantras and yantras.
Hello, Madhusudan sir, please condense your question. Let
Mine is not a question, Ji. Mine is a idea.
idea.
Yes, Ji. So the idea works like this.
Madhusudana,
Yes, Ji.
I suggest you, why don't you give one lecture on your thesis and all those things in coming weeks? Because if there is any separate, you can explain more on your
Thesis.
research, then it will
Definitely.
be very useful to the audience.
Definitely, Ji.
Definitely. And it's so nice of you for your inputs on this. And please, next question, please.
Sir, one more question, sir. Can human life be eternal?
So the Vedic Vangmaya says the Jivatma as Jiva, it is not eternal, but as Atma, it is eternal. Right? So I would go back to what you were just discussing as physics, E equal to mc square. So E equal to mc square just explains the sthula. And if human life is eternal, if one makes the human life eternal in that sthula form, it is not possible. We have several examples for that. right? Who got boons of a very long life, but they could not saved it. So what I was saying that Sthula Sukshma Karana. So Maharshi Bharadwaj has explained this, that uh, as a part of Anshubodhini, he explained that the life forms, all the life forms, and whatever we have in this universe, or especially in solar system, that is because of the sun. And the sthula part of the sun, sthul part of the sun rays that enriches and nurtures the sthul part of the jeeves and life forms on earth. Sukshma enriches sukshma, and the karana that enriches and gives nutrition to the karana. So E equal to mc square does not fit in all these three. It may just fit in the sthul one. So we have to develop some more equations and understand and the energy and matter relation in sthul, sukshma, karan, all these three way, and not just the sthul way of sthul panch mahabhut, panchikrut panch mahabhut.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get a chance. Yes.
Madhuri, Dr. Madhuri Madam. Hello. So she is in mute, sir. So she has given a question, sir. Here is not Sanatan Nutan a synonymous to past and future?
The answer is Sanatan is eternal, and so Sanatan is also Nutan, and whatever we find as Nutan, we are finding now as Nutan in the from the new on the name of research or invention or discovery. Everything is Sanatan ultimately.
Yeah, it
So
is not.
yes,
It is not synonymous to past and future. It is different.
Sanatan Siddhanta, the Sanatan Siddhanta, the scientific ideas, the laws of nature, those are in Sanatan, they are eternal.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sir, I
they
have
are
two
both.
questions. One is, of course, it's almost answered, that whether Sanatan is only Newton, or it has been in the past and it is existed in the past and it will be continuing in the future also. Because if you quote Gita's 15th chapter, first shloka, Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakam, that means when Vedic knowledge has roots in future. So of course it is not only that. The question is that when Sanatan word came, and truth and I think lies, he used the word, I think you should have used false. Truth came. Truth we always accepted as God, that Param Brahma is the only truth. But Nasdiya Suktam questions that also. We don't know what that is, what that truth is. So how can we give our opinion about that? Because your lecture has been superb, but it has confused me more now.
So I will give one more lecture about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is needed, to end up, because there is. We have been jumping into so many directions to prove the Nutanness of this Sanatana, but getting the gist and understanding it, the concept in one word, that hasn't come to me. But then I am not that knowledgeable anyway.
No more. So the rest of the participants have given a very good appreciation of your talk, sir. Excellent talk. Everyone is saying excellent talk, excellent talk. We wish to have one more talk from you, sir. So it is my privilege to say a vote of thanks for the wonderful talk given by Dr. Vrajesh Kumar. Being basically a mathematician, he is now well versed in Vedantic philosophy and with Einstein theory, and beyond Einstein theory with Indian aspects. He neatly narrated and explained to us about what is eternity, eternal. So wherein he stressed much on the truth, and the truth in the form of Sanatan, in the form of immortal, in the form of universal laws, and in the form of point of view. Several examples he has quoted, he has given to us, particularly the geo attraction such as Apple and no attraction on the moon by astronauts. So several examples he quoted, wherein the science and technology, what we are seeing now is not the new. Just now, about 2 hours back, I had a discussion with our director Sastry ji. He has written a book on Vaimanika Shastra. So now the people are following that, what is that called, the anecdotes given in that Vaimanika Shastra. So like this, he has mentioned plenty of events, and many, many thanks, Vrajesh Kumar sir. And as suggested by Dr. Sastry ji, please be with us on August 31st and 1st, and let more people get exposed to your talk. Thank you, Varun. Thank you, sir.